Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, first story up. This actually hit, I actually was watching TMZ last night and I saw that Wendy Williams had just been taken to the hospital. They have reported that Wendy Williams had just been taken to the hospital for an independent examination to see if her cognitive skills are up to par or at the place that they would need to be in order to be able to take care of herself and her finances, because that's pretty much where we at right now. They said that Wendy Williams was in her facility in New York City. You guys know that she's staying in, I guess like a sober house, a facility that is trying to make sure that they keep an eye on, on her and making sure that she stays put. To me, it sounds like it's a modern day jail, because why is this woman who hasn't done anything illegal, why is it that they won't let her move freely? It's just crazy to me. And she's been complaining about it a lot recently, because she has been doing interviews. She was on The Breakfast Club and we've seen her talk to people on TMZ. And I think they recently did like another little documentary, for her or something on Tubi or something. Anyway, something happened at that facility and it came to a head. They said that Wendy Williams actually called the police herself and requested to be able to see a doctor. And so that is what they did. They took her to the hospital for this cognitive skills test. Afterwards, last night, I saw on Instagram that they said that it wasn't an official word, but someone had gotten word from the hospital that Wendy Williams had did very well on her test. A 10 out of 10. I mean, I don't know if that's the way it was, if it's scored a certain way or anything, but they basically said that Wendy Williams behaved as a person that is in their full right mind. Okay. And so now I guess we're going to wait and see what the courts do. I have a feeling that they are going to remove Wendy Williams from this conservatorship soon, because we've been seeing Wendy looks good. Some people would even say that Wendy looks better than Wendy has looked in a long time. And I'm even talking about when she was on the show. Like, I can look at her and tell that she seems like she is lucid. Okay. I also can say that it still feels like there might be something going on there. So there may have been some damage that was done with, with Wendy. But for the most part, I feel like they was just, like we had already said, keeping her drunk and high long enough so that they could just kind of take advantage of her and do whatever they want with her money. It's a bigger conversation on how they put people that have money in these type of situations and then make it very difficult for them to get pulled off of it. And that's how a lot of people that have money get taken advantage of from the system, the medical and the insurance, the medical system. And they have created this story basically around her, and now they've put her in there, and it has been almost impossible for her to get out of this conservatorship. And the reason why I think the courts are going to do something is because did you guys know that they have an adult protective services, child? And I know. Okay. I've always heard of CPS. All right. But never knew that they had an adult protective services, but apparently they do. And so they reached out to, a worker there, an APS worker. Her name is Gina Lisa Monterosso. She is a person that would determine whether or not a person is an adult is able to take care of themselves. This is what she has been trained to do. She said that she even has some concerns about the guardianship that Wendy Williams has been placed on. She said that it raises serious concerns about the integrity and motivation of the guardian. Okay. The motivation, the way it looks to us on the outside anyway, it looks like this is a whole bunch of money that this woman has, and you guys are the only ones that have access to it. So Wendy is not able to enjoy her own fruits of her own fucking labor. And what's happening with this money? Okay, so it's just not right. And the fact that this woman has said that she feels like they're misrepresenting the actual abilities of Wendy Williams, like, to me, that is a huge red flag. So I think that this is good news for Wendy. I think that, the fact that they were trying to tell us that she had the same thing that Bruce Willis had. I mean, we can look at Bruce Willis and tell that he is way more, he's been more advanced in the disease anyway, but Wendy, it's a degenerative disease that he has, that frontal temporal dementia or something like that. It's degenerative, so you don't get better, okay? We can look at Bruce Willis, like I said, and you can tell that he is getting worse and worse. It just breaks my heart every time I see him, child. Every time Bruce Willis and Michael J. Fox, every time I see him, I almost have a tear, child. Just saying their names, I just cannot believe it. But Wendy is not where Bruce is. Wendy is better than she was when we saw her in that documentary. Now, when we saw the documentary, we thought that, oh yeah, she does have some brain damage as a result from her drinking and all that, because she was drinking like a fucking fish and she was blitzed out of her mind. And the fact that she was able to drink like just down a thing of vodka like that, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm sure that has to have done some damage to her somewhere, So, I'm not sure if we could say that she 100% should be like with her money. But she should be with her money. But they could maybe put somebody in her family, which is what they had always been requesting. She has a niece or a cousin, I think it's a niece, that everybody trusts that she would be the person that could actually do the job of being her guardian. And so hopefully, it'll get moved over to them. But it's some shady shit going on with Wendy Williams. They need to remove that lady from a guardian, or they just need to start over. But Wendy Williams, I believe, is going to be reunited with her funds. And that makes me happy for her, you guys. We are definitely keeping a watch on this here story. And when I know more about it, you best believe I'll let you guys know more. Okay? Next story. And I'm sure you guys already saw that DWayne Wiggins from the legendary R&B group, I guess you would call it R&B. Yeah, Tony is called R&B. The group Tony. He was one of the 3 members of the group. The other was Raphael Sadiq. Mama named him Charles Ray Wiggins, and Timothy Christian Riley, who was actually their cousin. Did I say that Raphael was DWayne's brother? Just in case you guys did not know that. Yeah, the group told us just earlier this week. I feel like the day before we found out that he had passed, they had just let us know on social media that DWayne Wiggins was ill, that he was fighting. I don't even think they said what it was. They just said that he was having health challenges. He had come out maybe a week before that and had said, or I think I had saw people talking about the fact that he had been ill, but I think that he said that he was the one that was, really struggling and having a hard time with his health and was asking for prayers. That was about a week ago. And then, like I said, the day before he passed, they told us that he was ill, and they really did want prayers. And I was like, okay, this must be serious. And then the very next day, they told us that he had died. He died from bladder cancer. And they say that he had been battling the disease for about a year. The group ended up putting out a statement. They said, DWayne's life was incomparable, and his music and service impacted millions around the world, including in his hometown of Oakland, California. He was a guitarist, producer, composer, philanthropist, mentor, and founding member of Tony. He was deeply passionate about providing artist development and mentorship to emerging young musicians, helping to shape the early careers of many. And actually, that was what I had been seeing a lot of people that are in the music industry that were, given their condolences or whatever on Instagram. many of them were talking about how he mentored them, how he always looked out for like the artists when they were just starting out and trying to help groom them and getting them prepared for what they're going to see. You know, you don't hear about that anymore. The labels and the music execs and everybody nowadays is more concerned about just the product, putting it out as fast as they can, getting a hit as quickly as they can, and then moving on to the next when that song is over and done. Okay, music is just not the same as it was back in the day. Tony, like I'm sure you guys know, I mean, the group came out in the late 80s, right? I mean, I graduated from high school in 88. So Tony for sure. I think they came out in 86 for sure. Soundtrack early, you know, late teens, early 20s. I can just remember so much. You guys know I got so many memories. And I don't have a story or anything, but I do remember the song that he has with DJ Quick. Let's get down. You know, the song that they have with DJ Quick. I actually was at the building. You know, the part in the video, I'm sure you guys probably don't remember, but in the video when they're going up and they're in this elevator in this old building. I used to date this guy. And ironically, he took me up to his job one day and they were there filming the fucking video. I didn't get to meet him or anything, but I did see, you know, all of the people there, and that was an exciting time. But besides that, you guys, just all of the hits. One of my favorite Tony songs is Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz. Is that the name of it? Oh, I just love it. I also remember, well, this was more of Raphael Sadiq, but I just love the fact that they actually had music. Like before, like they were musicians. They played instruments and they, you know, produced, and they so talented. And, you know, Raphael being the front person, he's the person that we paid attention to the most. However, Raphael would even tell you that his brother DWayne was the one who taught him how to play all of his instruments and taught him, you know, just kind of guided him in this whole process of becoming Tony and becoming such a hit group. They actually said that DWayne came out with an album in 2020. Did I read 2020 or 2023? He's had an album recently, like within the last 5 years. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to look that up and see. But yeah, you guys, very, very sad. They said that he stayed active even when we didn't see him anymore. He stayed active up in Oakland, you know, was very instrumental in the whole hyphy movement. You guys know that's a sound that comes from Oakland, up Northern California area, I should say. And so he's still been busy and still been out there doing what he's doing. It's just that we hadn't seen it. We didn't know it. Guys, it is so hot in this car. I would turn the air on, however. Jada came in town today and took my car and ran all the gas out. I mean, it wasn't much gas in it anyway, but can you put the gas back in there? So she's gonna have to give me $20 so that I can, for my gas. Can you see the irritation a little bit? Just a little? Okay. Anyway, you guys, so yes, he was 63 years old. Which sounds crazy. Like, I cannot believe that I'm closer to, you know, I'm getting closer to like 60, and like people that are in my age group are now like 60s. Okay. Like senior citizens. I still got to get used to that fact. But yeah, you guys, very, very sad. Fuck cancer, of course, because cancer, if it ain't a heart situation, it feel like we all gonna have some form of cancer. I mean, I told you guys that a doctor told me that maybe a huge percentage, I can't remember the percentage that he told me, but he said a huge percentage is going to die from cancer in this country. Okay. So, like I say with everybody else, I mean, their music is going to live on and on. I mean, we still have the rest of the group here. However, I don't know if I can see Tony going on without DWayne Wiggins. He seemed like he was that quiet but very necessary member of the group. So yeah, you guys, this is me sending one up for the group, the family members, the friends, the loved ones, all the people that DWayne Wiggins has touched throughout his life. His short life, 63, is not, it ain't time to die at 63. Okay. I did not get whether or not he was married and had kids. I don't even know that. I don't know that, so I can't say. But he was 63 years old. Like I said, rest in peace to DWayne Wiggins. All right, you guys, next story up, Southwest Airlines. That Airlines has been in existence for about 54 years. Okay, me and Southwest are about the same age. All right. And for all of those 54 years, Southwest, which has branded itself as a no-frills airline, you know, you can pick your seat. There's no one seat better than the other. The bags fly free. You just get on the plane and you get to where you're going. And the prices were, you know, lower because they had this no-frills thing, right? And that's what Southwest has been for 54 years. At least that's what they say. Because I feel like Southwest has become just as expensive as, you know, your American Airlines and your United Airlines, at least coming from Atlanta. Maybe because this is not a hub for Southwest, but them flights coming out of Atlanta for Southwest, they are not cheap. Okay. So there's that. But anyway, because it was no frills, you know, that was a huge perk. People would buy their tickets from Southwest because of that. Now, or at least in May, they're saying that they are about to go to a bag payment system. Okay. So let me tell you what it is. If you're flying elite, A-list preferred, or business class, you'll still get the free bags. Okay. If you are an A-list customer or a Southwest Airlines credit card holder, you get one free bag. But if you anybody else, not of the elite A-list, regular A-list, or a credit card carrying member, then you got to pay for luggage. They haven't said how much they're going to be charging, but I feel like it's going to be comparable to the other luggage charges at the other airlines. I mean, fuck. They can be as low as $40, which is not low, all the way up to hell. Spirit, I think, is like $70. All right. Spirit is trying to prevent people from really bringing a lot of luggage. So that's why their luggage fee is so high, because $70 is ridiculous. Okay. They even charge you for carry-ons, but most airlines do now. Or should I say most of the smaller no-frill type of airlines. But now it feels like everybody is charging for everything now. So I guess Southwest is looking at all the money that they leaving on the table and decided that they are going to start charging for their bags as well. There are a lot of pundits out there that are talking about it and saying that they believe that this will be the nail in the coffin for Southwest, because they have branded themselves over the years to have free baggage and free seating. Even their CEO just last year told us that even with a lot of the changes that are happening at the airlines, that they are still going to have free bags. Okay. This year, that CEO is saying, oh no, Southwest is not branded as a free luggage, pick your seat kind of place. We are more concerned about the flights and making sure that people get there. And I was just like, well, that's not how you used to be branded. Okay, because just last year you were saying that was the big deal. That's why everybody still loved and stayed loyal to Southwest, is because of these free bags. All right, but now starting in May, that policy will go into effect. Also, they've told us that next year, 2026, they are actually getting rid of pick your seats. It will be assigned seats. You can purchase better seats if you would like. And you can purchase a seat that has more leg room. All of that is going to go into effect next year. So essentially, I'm just like, Southwest, if you just wanted to say that you wasn't going to be a no frills airline anymore, I mean, y'all could have just said that. Because that's basically what it is. Hell, watch them prices of them damn tickets go up to the same prices that Delta and American Airlines have. I know that they're going to have to do a whole lot to them planes if they want to be charging them kind of prices, because Southwest airplanes is on the same scale, maybe not just a smidge better than Frontier and Spirit to me. So they're going to have to do a lot if they're going to be trying to charge people them kind of prices that Delta and them do. Okay? Hell, you get on Spirit, you can't even fucking, you don't get nothing free at Spirit. Where's this bug? You don't get nothing free at Spirit no more. I don't have a problem flying Spirit. I don't care. I'm gonna fly whoever got the lowest price. I don't give a damn. Mister is a Delta snob. So if I'm flying with Mister, for the most part, we going on Delta. But if it's just me, or if I'm the one that's in charge of buying the tickets, baby, we going on whoever's cheapest. Okay? All right. We gonna see though, Southwest. I hope y'all know what y'all doing, because all these years of y'all doing things one way, and now you guys are saying that you're not gonna, that you charging for them bags. Honey, the people was making it seem like that was going to be the end of the company. We'll see. But these airlines, there's always something going on with these damn airlines. Anyway, I'm a move on off of that. But how y'all feeling about that? Okay, them bags could sure make a difference. Honey, last time I flew to Vegas, I went on Spirit, and you guys should have seen, I had clothes in my bag. Jada was carrying some stuff for me. My friend Simone took some stuff for me. I was like, bitch, I ain't paying $70 for nothing, honey. I was putting shit in everybody's bag. So, yeah, y'all have to let me know what you think about that. Southwest going to just removing the no frills hashtag. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Let's move on to the next story. I guess since we're talking about planes, I can also mention to you guys that there was a small plane crash in Pennsylvania yesterday. Yet another plane crash. I'm sorry to keep bringing you guys this bad news about the planes and all, but I think you guys need to be aware. Now, this was a small plane. It wasn't a regular commercial airliner, like a commercial flight or anything like that. It was a small plane. It was 5 people that were on the plane. This was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, right before they reached the Lancaster airport. Apparently they moved everybody to the hospital, and I forgot to check to see if the survivors were okay. Prayers up for the people that was in this plane crash, child. I'm telling you, these planes, in a minute, the tickets can be $17, and I'm telling you, we ain't gonna be flying nowhere, because, bitch, what is going on with the planes in the air? We can't seem to keep them in the air for the amount of time that we want them to be in the air, I should say. Yeah, it's terrible, you guys. But anyway, that is that. Prayers up for everybody involved there. Hopefully the people that were on the ground in Lancaster, Pennsylvania are okay as well. And we'll move on to the next. Just real fast, y'all, let me ask you a question. What y'all felt about DDG letting us know that his baby mama, Halle was giving him a hard time seeing little baby Halo. That's the only child name. That's the only one. I know his name and I know the baby's name. I just don't know that girl's name. I'm telling you, it's like a block in my head. But anyway, how y'all feel about it? Y'all feeling sorry for him? I was feeling a little sorry for him at first, but then that started to go away once I heard the song that he made. I was just like, why are you making a song about you not being able to see your baby? Like, why? I mean, I understand he has a following. He's on social media. You know, he's a streamer. This is what he does. Like, I mean, I get it and I got all that. But certain things, it just sort of seems like you wouldn't even be talking about that kind of thing in music if you want people to take you seriously. I mean, it's not like he's a music artist or anything like that. So when I heard that, I was just like, Are you just trying to get attention? Now, Jada loves DDG. She's like, he's a cool guy, Mom. It's just everybody gives him a bad rap because of you know, who he was with. But, you know, I ain't really seen it for neither one of them once they pulled that stunt with the baby. I mean, they didn't pull a stunt, but, you know, them not wanting to say nothing just for the baby to be born, and we all knew it. And then they was putting the baby on social media all the time. It's just like, well, what the fuck you gonna be on social media? You're not. Okay, you got all the baby, and then now you want us to be involved in the fact that you can't see the baby, but you didn't want us involved in the fact that the baby when it was baking in the oven. Now you want us to be in it. Baby, listen, y'all figure that out over there. See, this is the thing. Hell, even Blueface tried to tell him that, you know, once you had that baby, things change. People don't be realized that folks change when you know you have major things happening in your life. Folks ain't the same. They just not the same, child. So he over there having a hard time with his baby mama and everything. I'm just sort of like, well, go to court, DDG. He don't want to go to court. He wants to be able to, okay, well, it ain't working that way. Okay? If you say that the girl ain't letting you see the baby, then you need to go to court. Now, Halle came out and told us that she's sick, the baby's sick, they both got RSV. When I had RSV, I'm going to tell you, I thought I was dying. So, I'm sure that they did not feel like fucking around with DDG coming over there trying to see the baby and everything, because he even said that the baby was sick and he wasn't going to take the baby. He just wanted to go over there and love on the baby. And I got all that, okay? He's a father. He's concerned about his child being ill. He wants to be there. I got all that. But see, that's one of the things when you just go and have babies with somebody, y'all not together. You don't really have nothing set in stone. You don't live in the same house. So you know, you ain't done nothing to make the rights. You ain't done nothing to solidify your rights as a parent, you know. So that's what happens. You got to deal when it's two single people decide to have a baby and y'all not together no more, and then here you go, everybody got to figure it out. And usually the baby is with the mama until the courts get involved, and then they got to figure out who gonna be with what. Okay, but if you don't want to go to court about it, then quit coming to us, because the court of public opinion, we can't do nothing about it. All we can do is sit over there and be like, well, you shouldn't have did it in the first fucking place. Shit. So I don't know what he want us to tell. Go to court. Go to court. Y'all can get that child support situation taken care of, visitation, who got the baby when, what, all of that will be taken care of, and we won't have to hear about it. Otherwise, DDG, I'm sorry. Child, this little segment here sound like something like one of my aunts would have told me, or something like, girl, this, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You just made some bad decisions, and this is the way it's playing out. That's all I can tell DDG. Hold your head up. You'll see your baby soon. All right, y'all, that's it. I got to go. Child, I have been out here, I can't even explain. I won't even complain. We do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars.